pitting Rupee Kaur versus Andrew Tate's poetry. The other was called Suffering. What's up, weirdos? First of all, I just want to apologize for showing you these videos. We're definitely going to struggle to get through this. We're gonna have to stand together because we are about to weather a hurricane of cringe together. Because here's the thing about poetry. I always retreat within myself and ugh! Anytime that you can tell that somebody really thought they did something, it's hard to, great poetry makes me cringe. Incredible poetry I can really enjoy, but it's still a little bit. So when you get to Instagram caption poetry, read by somebody who thinks that they're Emily Dickinson, there's a lot of stuff that I want to look at, but the main thing that I want to get to is the video that brought me down this rabbit hole in the first place. I don't know if you've seen this. She posted this video on TikTok and then deleted it because everybody was clowning on her because it's so hard to...
You must have known you were wrong when your fingers were dipped inside me.
Right there! Oh. See, that's halfway through the video and I'm alright. Oh my god. And really, that's what I mean. That's the problem with poetry, is that for it to exist, it has to be written by a poet. And a poet? Oh my god. Talking like this. And then doing the two fingers while you say dipped inside me? Let's watch it again.
You must have known you were wrong when your fingers were dipped inside me.
Cause what is the whole back and forth and listen, I know a lot of my audience is very artistic and I'm sure there are some poets in here, and listen, I love you, but if you're a poet and then you get on camera and you say it like it's that, and I'm the stuff you're saying isn't to that level, you need to be physically convulsing just to say, let's pay attention to the words. God, we haven't even finished. Oh.
You must have known you were wrong when your fingers were dipped inside me.
So all of that just to say, you must have known you were wrong when your fingers were dipped inside me. And if you just say that, if you just wrote that, if you just said that, it's not as bad as doing it. You must have known you were wrong.
Wrong.
But let's see why they must have known they were wrong when their fingers were dipped inside her.
You must have known you were wrong when your fingers were dipped inside me, searching for honey that would not come for you.
Searching for honey that would not come for you. I get it, because honey is like an orgasm, and you couldn't make her come. I feel like there's better ways to say, bitch, you've got no game, couldn't even make me come. Fingers knuckle deep inside me couldn't make me come. Motorboat between my thighs couldn't make me come. And when you say that, you don't have to do all of this, which everybody hates, because that's what it is. It's, I just killed this, and everybody can feel that when they see it, which is why everybody was saying she's cringe on this video. But also, that's mean. She didn't do anything wrong. She's great, but she reads poetry like that, so I don't want to go down a rabbit hole of just shitting on her. She's just a little bit cringe. That's not a crime. She's a good person. But we should go read some poetry from somebody who is a bad person, criminal. I met two men in jail. One was called pain, the other was called suffering. We sat and had a coffee together for an hour or so. It was an interesting conversation. But once I walked away, I decided to never speak with them again. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my god, that's what this video should be. It should be pitting Rupee Kaur versus Andrew Tate's poetry. Okay, good to go. Let's go back to some Rupee Kaur.
I stand on the sacrifices of a million women before me thinking, what can I do to make this mountain taller so the women after me can see farther? Do we hate that one? Cool. I was like, that's gonna be a problem.
Also, this is at Girl Boss. I think the thing is, it just feels like it's not getting at anything. But does poetry have to get at something to get at it? Or is it just a self-expression of how she's feeling and the stuff she's going through? Does it need to be making a larger statement, or can it just be a personal declaration from her own feelings? And with that, visor hat, I'm not hating, I love it. She is literally looking camp directly in the eye. Oh my god, this is camp! Oh my god, I just figured it out. Holy shit, this is what camp is. So there we go, we've got Rupi Kaur's poem about wanting to uplift other women. Let's go to Andrew Tate, the big guy who is a and graphics people. I was raised by a single mother in England. I wouldn't call my mother particularly nice or soft. In fact, my mother was mean and hard. That makes sense. He's got mommy issues. He's a little baby boy with mommy issues who has to sit quiet. Oh, mommy was mean to me, so I'm gonna go I don't like how they cut your hair, Andrew. I was a kid. My mother told me my hair was shit. What else am I gonna reply? Me neither. Mom, yes, we won't go there again. Me, can we go to the normal place next time? Dad, standing up from the couch. What the are you doing? What the are you doing? Oh my god, I love that he's telling this story from the perspective of his mom being the bitch and his dad being the cool guy. Yeah, I got a haircut and my mom thought it didn't look good, so she suggested that we get it cut back at the normal place again, so my dad just started verbally abusing her. Dad W, Mom L. Dad lost his mind. What the is wrong with you, woman? You're supposed to be a bitch. Crying about his haircut. This is the kind of man you're facing when I'm not around. Mom started screaming back, calling Dad crazy and telling him to leave the house. Oh man, he's not gonna go to therapy, but what he is gonna do is go on Twitter, describe his dad abusing his mom, and then be like, yeah, Mom was such a bitch. What? Mom, your dad is crazy. It's only a haircut. See why I can't be around your dad anymore? Next day, Dad calls the house and tells me to go to the hotel he's staying at. I go, we play chess. Your mother does the best she can, but she's still a female, he said. Right. Your mom's right, Andrew. Your mom's right. And if the worst thing that she said was, I don't like your haircut because you're a sweet young man and you should have a haircut that suits you, and then you go, what a bitch. Females around with haircuts. You won't be raised into a little bitch, he said. We left the hotel and he marched me to a barbershop where he paid to have my head shaved. Yo! See, that's what's crazy. Andrew thinks that this is all about him. Because it's what he experienced, so he centered his experience around himself. But this is so obviously his mom and dad just fighting each other. Or really, just his dad abusing his mom. Oh, she said she doesn't like your haircut? You know what would really get that bitch? If we shaved it off. Come on, Andrew, get in the f***ing car! We gotta show that bitch that you're not a bitch, because she's a female, she's a bitch, you're a man. And that kind of fatherhood is what gives us a idiot who's I heard them on the phone. Mom, you're f***ing crazy, Emery. Why did you do that? It's only a f***ing haircut. I don't want to see you ever again. F*** off back to America. And that's what Dad did. He left England. And here we can see that you can't just blame everything on what his dad did to him as a kid. He was totally right. I look back now and thank him. What good comes from a 13-year-old boy giving a f*** about his haircut? Zero! She literally just wanted you to go back to where you got your haircut normally because she thought that it looked better. And you turn this into a females are bitches and men should be able to verbally abuse them. My mother's intentions were pure, but she's a female. This is very normal female behavior. Son with his cute haircut, but it's unimportant. Oh, and here we go. Here's the ending. So this was basically just a way to try to act like you don't care that people know you're really in bad shape follically. 2 years ago, I walked into a new barber shop and they said, how do you want your haircut? It reminded me of this story, and I told them to shave it all off. Nobody gives a f*** about my hair. They care about what kind of man I am. Did you go there and get it shaved off because of the story, or did you go there and get it shaved off because you're losing all your hair and you look 60 years old when it's grown out? Grown out, I say in air quotes, because that's not a hairline. That's a hair shadow. That's a hair phantom. That's a scalp demon. Nobody gives a f*** about my hair. Then how come you shave your bald dome every single day if you truly didn't give a f***? Look like you always do on the right. But then nobody gives a fuck about my hair. Everybody was clowning on you for how your hair actually looks grown out. So really, you're wrong. If you're shaving it bald, it's because you care about it, and if you grow it out, you can see that everybody cares about it because you suck and you're lame. But great poem. Maybe try therapy. Maybe. Give it a shot. I need some more Rupee Kaur. I need some of that poetry that's just. It's just cringe, but it's nice. Inject it. It's you know what? It's sweet. And I started off going so hard into her, but I'm gonna say it right now. Rupee Kaur is a queen and a legend, and I admire her.
It was when I stopped searching for home within others and lifted the foundations of home within myself, I found that there were no roots more intimate than those between a mind and a body that have decided to be whole.
That's fire. That's fire. That's great. Now, it is cringe because she's reading it like this, and it's poetry, but after what we just went through with a man who really also thinks he's doing something, but from a very bad place, I've developed a better baseline where this isn't bottom tier painful cringe. We just read that. A little bit of. Give me one more. We had a long Andrew Tate one. I don't want to go back to that. I need at least one more. Come on, Rupee.
How can I leave before the party started? Rehearsals honestly begin at 40. I ripen with age. I do not come with an expiration date. And now for the main event. Curtains up at 50. Let's begin the show.
The message itself is really nice. The message itself is really good, and I agree with the message. The message itself is good. I hate watching poetry getting read. Because it is so true, the women are constantly told that their value lowers as they age. Of course, it's so, and if you were just to talk about that, I would be like, yes. But it's the performance of poetry. Okay, that's what it is. This gives me the same exact feeling as stand-up comedy. Oh my god, that's exactly what it is. That's why I don't like poetry, because it feels like a pre-written joke. And there's the expectation of, oh, I wrote this joke and it's gonna make you laugh because I'm so funny. And for me, I hate stand-up comedy just because of that reason. And that's what poetry is, except instead of laugh, it's think something deeply. And it's like, I know that society says the women, but that's a different type of poem. She's not trying to say something unique about something or have some complex take that deconstructs it. She's just talking and she's expressing herself wonderfully and she's great. But it has the same feeling as stand-up comedy where I'm watching John Mulaney and I'm like, you motherfucker, you've already said that about 100 times before. That's not a fresh little funny for me. You wrote that! There's a horse loose in the hospital. I bet you already told that in Charlotte, North Carolina, didn't you, John? And that's what makes it even crazier when you see a Dave Chappelle joke and he goes, trans people. And it's like, you wrote that and have said that hundreds of times and not realized that you're lame? Actually, let me quote tweet this Andrew Tate thing real quick. Daddy bitch. Got him. And tweet. Oh, here's a good poem. Since the dawn of time, kings were at war. Empires breed conflict with opposing structures. Mine has the opposing structure being the law saying that you can't traffic women. The only way to avoid tribulation is to never be king, never feel glory, or never traffic women. If unimportant and cowardly enough, you may avoid battle for your lifespan, a worm in the dirt. Or if you traffic women until you have to battle the court for trafficking women, maybe then you're a little worm in the dirt because you can't make money by yourself. Because you're so dumb because you're a little baby bitch whose dad is dead. This is definitely me when my mom doesn't like my haircut, so my dad starts yelling at her abusively, and then I shave my head because she's such a bitch. Imagine the physical composition of a man who has never suffered, never faced adversity. Imagine the mental composition of a man who has never struggled and then won. Imagine a man who has never once suffered or struggled. Thank God for endless battles. They build you. See, this is what it is. It's just lame. He just writes fan fiction about himself as if he's this cool guy when he's really not. But really, he's just a bald little boy whose dead dad never loved him. Compared to Rupee Kaur, who says as insightful things as this: the thing worth holding on to would not have let go. And that's an entire page in a book that was a #1 New York Times bestseller. Just to be clear, there is a difference between someone telling you they love you and them actually loving you. Whoa! Yeah. I didn't just read Milk and Honey. I sat my white ass down and listened. The is like so many layers of cliche, and it's a #1 best-selling New York Times bestseller. It's the best-selling. You have to stop searching for why. At some point, you have to leave it alone. Not me. I'm gonna keep looking for why. You cannot stop me from looking for why. Do we not explore the galaxies and stars above simply for the question of why? How can our love die if it's written in these pages? What pages? Are you talking about Milk? And what word? Well, like, what is that? Me reading that. What does that mean for me? Me reading that. Oh, poetry is up for interpretation. Okay, let me interpretate it. I guess how can our love die if it's written in these pages of life, but everything is written about in the pages of life? So, I guess maybe it means that the love that you once shared will never die because it's always been experienced and it existed. So that love somewhere exists, especially outside of space and time. The love never faded. I love that poem. Okay, not even kidding. I like that one. Damn. I hated that one more than any, and then I thought about it and I liked it. Is that what poetry is? This video, I'm sorry y'all. This video has taken so many turns. I think I'm having a poetry loving arc. I'm gonna go write a poem after this. I actually am. By the way, I should say this. I write a bunch of short stories. It's like what I do. Like outside of YouTube videos, I'm a writer. I've never published anything. It's just kind of been for myself. I'm thinking about publishing a collection of short stories. And maybe I'll put a damn poem in there. And not even an ironic one. I'll try to write one about children in war. Oh no! I don't know if people read short stories. Oh, great quality picture for this one. I am a museum full of art. But you had your eyes shut. Oh yeah, that's me. That's me. If I'm getting a damn tattoo, it's that. Look at all this. Look at all this. That's inside of me. Don't take that in a weird way. She was a rose in the hands of those who had no intention of keeping her. I like that one. That's a good... Dude, is Rupee Kaur a good poet and do I like poetry? Maybe it's because she's not reading it. That's what it is. Because these are fine. I think I understand Rupi Kaur, where it's like I've said, she's not trying to make some transformatively unique, complex statement on something that's coming at it from an angle nobody's seen before. It's not meant to enlighten, really. It's just her being vulnerable and artistically sharing her feelings and people connecting to that. Because I connect to that. How come I was a rose in someone's hands who didn't intend on keeping me? Your body is a museum of natural disasters. Can you grasp how stunning that is? I can't take that one seriously because all I can think of is John Mayer. Your body is a museum. I f***ing Taylor Swift and I'm a bitch. Fuck you, John Mayer. I don't care how good you can shred and how silly you are in your interviews and relatable. I know what you did to Taylor. I saw what you did. I saw the Dear John music video, you motherfucker. Yo, she's water. Soft enough to offer life, tough enough to drown it away. Because she's got big soft tits, but she also doesn't like it when I cheat on her. And then she keyed my car. What a bitch. I know while editing this, would have been funnier if I said... She's water because she's wet. I don't know what the heck this video's been. I'm so sorry. I just took you on I don't even know. I hope you enjoyed it though. I had a really fun time making it. And I love you very much. Please subscribe.
I really think that I've just had a breakthrough on poetry. Not even just saying it as a meme for the video. Because some of those I was like, oh wait, if I think about it, I like it. But... no, I think it's better. That's what it is. If John Mulaney wrote out his jokes, I'd be like, oh, this is awesome. But seeing him say it, I'm like, I know you said that before. And with poetry reading, it's that same thing. Oh, John Mulaney. I just have a combativeness towards authority figures. And when it's authority and you're just on a microphone talking to me, it's cringe. I don't know.